Good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 43 News at 9. I'm McKenzi Davis. We've now learned how possible it is to get coronavirus after being fully vaccinated, a story that's actually been pretty popular with most of you in our area. So I met with the infectious disease division manager for the Shawnee County Health Department again to bust some popular myths floating about the vaccine. You may have read somewhere that vaccines can cause infertility in men and women. That one is a myth.
There's really no known physiological or biological mechanism that the vaccines would trigger to cause something like that.
Now, what about microchips in the shot? This has been a conspiracy theory for quite some time, as people have read articles, listened to others saying it, and watching things online. But this one is a myth.
They're not implanting anything that has anything to do with 5G or your cell service or anything like that.
How can that be trusted? He says there are many reasons. One, the vaccine dosage is too small, about 1 milliliter, and you can actually look up the ingredients of all the vaccines, none of which have a secret name for microchip.
People talk about other things, not just microchips, but they talk about metals, which are not included in the vaccine either.
Speaking of metals, there's a new question of the vaccine safety floating around on TikTok. A user actually posted a video that has since been taken down, putting a magnet on the arm that was vaccinated. It stayed in place, showing people she was magnetic, but we'll let a demo show how that was possible.
Fully vaccinated, right?
Fully vaccinated.
Okay.
On dry skin, the magnet doesn't stick, but once you put water on the skin or any kind of moisture, it stays put on any part of the body, not just where the vaccine is.
Does not cause any sort of electromagnetic reaction. So that goes in line with the dosages as well. They're so tiny.
Some other myths I asked about: the vaccine being developed too fast. Also not true. Health officials have been preparing for a possible coronavirus pandemic.
The other coronaviruses, which are not COVID-19, there's been a lot of research and studies done on those too. So they've been trying to develop vaccines for years to combat those viruses, which again are different than COVID-19, but kind of gave the scientists a leg up in their research.
Some people want to know, if I already had COVID-19, is it pointless for me to get the vaccine? Again, not true. Getting the vaccine even after having the virus creates an extra layer of protection.
We just know that the immune response elicited from the vaccine, the immune response that the vaccine causes, is reproducible person to person. And so it's much more effective than people having the COVID-19 infection.
Now, there are more vaccination myths and facts we talked about, including finding out if there is fetal tissue in the vaccine. So be sure to check that story out on fox43topeka.com for a full breakdown of each myth and the facts.